I'd like to open the informational meeting for the town meeting 2026 at 6:37. And we are open for business. Questions, comments, please bring them forth, because I know people like to understand what's going on, and we want to help you with that process. So we are here at your disposal. Throw us under the bus, yell at us, ask us questions. We love it all.
Speak for yourself.
Some of us don't like that. Okay, so we've got Edie on the Zoom. Is there anybody else?
Ginny Burley's on there.
Okay, who would like to speak? We want to do the Zooms first. I see we have a bunch of residents here. Look like they may want to say something, but I'm not really sure.
We're here to answer questions.
Oh, you're the, oh, nice, that's very nice. I appreciate that. I was wondering why you're here. Nice. So we have members of the fire department emergency services here to answer questions also. We have our new fire chief, we have the president, I believe, here also. We also have a select board member, Tom Brazier, that's also on the fire department. He can answer questions. So you have a lot of well-informed people here. That's probably stretching it. Okay, first question. Can they hear us? I'm not sure if you can hear us.
They can hear you, I just don't know.
So the other meeting is going on and we're getting this.
Yeah.
Right?
Never mind.
I can hear you fine.
Online.
I can hear you now.
Scott's gonna say something.
Scott, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. And so,
Hey.
and Tom said, yes, he can hear you too.
Okay, that's nice.
Good about that, thanks.
I can see Ginny Burley. Can you hear us, Ginny?
Want me to go out and try to get into the other thing
Yeah.
again?
No. Thank you.
Can we find out who Bonnie is?
Your phone.
No.
I'm sorry.
And Daryl, sorry for you said it.
Have you almost? Did you call him bad name?
I called him my good name.
Oh, okay.
Just what it is.
No.
Yeah.
So what's the process here? Because I'm not sure we're getting through to the people that Zoom in. Hey, Jenny, can you hear us? Well, we can't hear you.
Well, she was muted.
Unmute,
Okay.
Jenny.
Okay,
Unmute.
okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Now I'm gonna mute myself again.
No, we want you to say something if you have something to say. Because we're all sitting around here in silence. So we want to start a conversation. Do you want to start a conversation with us? You have questions?
How about starting by giving us a little overview of the budget?
Okay,
You know, how you approached it, what percentages, were there any surprises, that kind of thing?
okay. So
Good idea.
taxes are going up. They're mostly driven by paying back the bond for the new garage. Most of the other expenses are very, we vetted them all, they're going up incrementally. Our biggest expense that drives the tax change. The rate has gone up about 8 point something cents. That's going up because we have to pay back the money that we borrowed for the town garage. So we have interest to pay plus principal. That will go down every year, and then in about 4 years, our bond will be paid at the fire station. So that will help us by around 3 to 4 cents in the tax rate. So this year, the municipal tax rate is going up by 8 point something cents, mostly driven by the town garage. So the other increase that you see in the tax rate is driven by an estimate for the school. And that's really out of our control. What I read today was it was around 22 cents. What we have in our budget is the school tax gonna go about 25. So we don't really have a firm figure for that, but it is gonna be significant. So. Does anybody have anything to add to that? No.
You did that very well.
Oh, thank you. So Edie, I think that was your question, was the
Yeah.
budget?
Yeah, yeah. What, how are we hear a lot about the schools being affected by healthcare, health insurance premiums? What about the town? How much did they go up here?
Didn't go up very much at all. We are using, what are we using for, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
MVP.
MVP, what was the rate, how much they go up this year?
My recollection is they went up 12%,
I thought it was less than that.
Well, that's significant.
Low,
Yeah.
but because of changes in personnel and changes in
Right.
needs, it kind of was a wash for
Yeah.
last year.
So for this year, our health insurance cost for town employees didn't go up much at all. The
Mhm.
percentage rate was small, and then we've had some people that don't need the insurance. And spouses off and on, blah, 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 so it's pretty much a wash as far as the town cost for insurance. That's not driving up our tax rate. And as a matter of fact, we've been really good about level funding most everything. Except, the town garage thing is expensive. So we identified, what costs went up, some went down, we've run pretty close to our budget. As a matter of fact, we have a surplus, $100,000, that's going into the next year's budget. So, any more questions on that?
The other thing that drove the cost up a little bit in the budget is labor costs.
Yeah,
Is
well,
But it wasn't significant. We were able to save in other areas, so we were able to
correct.
mitigate that.
And our labor costs don't go up, astronomically, but of course you've got to keep up with, you have to be competitive on salaries and your wages, et cetera, so. We manage that carefully, but we're also trying to keep key employees in place, so there are some increases there, but. We're, like Tom said, we're able to offset that with some other savings, so, There hasn't been, there's no big bumps in any expenses that I've seen. The fire department went up some, but, they've been very conscious of their costs going up. And they do, they do a great job on that. We've met with them, we were concerned about their budget, but they do face pressure on the labor side of things. So in order to keep people coming in to take the shifts that they have, they've had to pay more money, be more competitive on the wage side of things. They don't pay salaries, they pay a per diem, it's a per diem amount of money that they get for coming in, because we stayed away from salaries and emergency services, because salaries cost a lot more money when you start talking the benefits. So what East Montpelier Emergency Services has done is they just pay by the day, and they manage to get people that want extra shifts from adjoining towns that provide emergency services. So that's how they've gotten around, and they've been able to keep closer to budget when you don't have salaries. But in order to attract quality personnel, they've had to up their game as far as the wages go. So that's been an increased cost for them, but they're managing to keep it under control, and they're also pledged to us that if they have an overrun on that budget side, that they'll take some money from their ambulance revenues and put that into the overrun. And that's good for the town that they're able to do that. So I think that they are managing things as frugally as they can, as we also do on the municipal side of things. We're frugal, but we try to keep people in place. We try to treat people well by providing benefits, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's always a balancing game between the expenses that it costs to keep quality people in place. And also, the taxpayer, we always keep them in mind. So you know, in my opinion, I think we do a pretty good job about balancing that. But
Mhm.
we're always open to suggestions.
Has there been a, I don't know, I'm not even saying that this is necessary, but has there been a recent evaluation of the services, of the ambulance services provided? Because that's where the payment, that's where the staffing comes in, I assume.
Yes. So
I mean, we talked, years ago, when we first created this, we talked about being part of a larger group. And then we decided to stay where we were, and then there were evaluations of that, and I don't remember all of it even. But do we still look at that periodically to make sure that we're getting the best that we can for the least money?
So that's a really good question, actually, and we have done some internal investigation into costs. The town administrator has done some evaluation, and I have also, about what it would cost us. What it costs us to keep the service in-house, basically, or would it be beneficial for us to farm that out? Now, the options are limited when it comes to finding an ambulance service that could serve East Montpelier. So, that being said, when we brought this subject up before in previous years, people really support having a local ambulance service, meaning East Montpelier, in town, serving their needs. So, you know, I know that, you know, being budget minded, we don't wanna get this service that's in town to be overly expensive. But in doing some investigation as far as costs go, it would still cost us a lot of money to farm the service out. So at this point in time, from what I understand and what we've looked at, we are probably better off to keep what we have and just try to be, to manage it as effectively and as frugally as possible, but it's still giving the service that the residents expect. And that we like to provide, because it's a local service, it's right here, people love that. So that's kind of where we're at. We're still getting, you know, I'm not gonna say a good deal, but I hate using the word deal these days, but it is a good thing. It's number one, it's a good thing to have the local service. Number two, it's still less expensive than having outside service come in. So,
Thank you.
yeah, all right. Thank you for the question.
Ginny has her hand up.
Was that
Ginny has her hand up.
Ginny?
I had an experience with the ambulance service recently in my own house. I stood up and I fainted, and I was on a Zoom with somebody, and so they called the ambulance. They were there immediately. They were wonderful. They did all my vitals. They were just so professional, so sweet, and I treasure them enormously.
Thank you.
That's what we'd like to hear. So
Thank you. So Ginny, do you have any other things that you would like to talk about while you're available?
And nothing particularly on my mind. I just like to check in and see what's going on.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'm just trying to make sure that we answer any questions that people might have on Zoom. Do we have anybody else up there?
There's a Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie?
We don't know who Bonnie is, but
Bonnie? This has happened before. At our pre-information meeting.
Sure,
You know,
people just want to listen.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
yeah, but you know, someone else could talk.
You talked about, I don't want to take up time if somebody else has questions, because these are just things of interest to me. But you mentioned the garage before. Is the garage, overall, broad brush, is the garage going as you had hoped? And are you satisfied thus far in the way it has gone?
Yeah, the garage is going well. It's on budget. We have fantastic people there and they're doing an awesome job.
That's
And
that's what I've heard. Yeah, that sounds great.
And I go to the meetings as often as I can on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I don't go, sometimes I'm out of town, but I go to meetings pretty often. And I always learn something there because I do some building myself and they are doing fantastic work and I love going. And I always learn something when I go. That the quality is amazing. And then the thing is that when we have Connors doing it, it's a twofer. Not only do a great job, they're taxpayers too. So I cannot say enough good things about what's going on up there. It is quality. So, and they're on schedule and they're moving along. They're actually a little bit ahead of schedule and it's gonna be done in a timely way and it's on budget. So that's important too. We're not having any cost overruns. You know, we've accounted for a lot of different things when we created the expense sheet side of it. And we're right on track. So it's looking good. Go up and visit. Yeah. Yep. Anything else? Joe, you have any questions?
No questions. A recent member of the public.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it's not a bad thing to say that when you look at our at the town report and go down the agenda, that there's nothing controversial. So here we are.
That's because it runs pretty smoothly. We have good help in place.
Good.
And you know, we want people to engage though. I mean, even at town meeting, we don't have the attendance that we would like to see because is it apathy or people just trust us a lot? I'm not really sure. I think it's a combination.
Or are we speaking to them in the places where they're going to be listening? I mean, I guess that's something we can look at too, is where are they actually interested in listening? Do we have to come up with another way to reach out to them?
Yeah, but you know what, nationally, do we have
Okay,
apathy
I know.
or what?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Andy Christensen has some ideas that for other business that might generate a little more discussion.
maybe. And Mr. Dwayne, do you have anything to say?
I don't have anything, I'm just listening in.
That's it's a rare thing to say that you don't have anything to say.
Well,
Are you speechless?
no, I'm not. I'm not speechless. Although I will say if things are quiet and calm, it usually means that the board is doing a good job. And what the organization is, if things are non-controversial and smooth and under
Yeah.
budget and on time and
Yeah.
at budget, that's a indication in my experience that things were going well.
Yeah, I mean, when you see what happens sometimes in towns that are around us, you're like, ooh, thank God we're not there. You know, it's like,
Well, look at our local sports situation. Controversy
yes,
and
yeah,
you can all kinds of reasons why, but the management here seems to be.
correct. Yeah. Yeah, management makes a big difference.
I do have one question, if it's
Yes.
the right time. Are you gonna be at town meeting?
Yep.
So should I call on you to present the select
Yes.
board report?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good.
Yeah, that's worked pretty well in the past.
It has.
Usually we get some questions then, which
We
is
do.
great. Yeah, so,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'll change one word that Michael said. He said he seems to be working well. The town with the staff and everybody else is working well.
Good.
Yeah.
Gratefully corrected, yes. Yeah. No, I think it is real indication. And things.
Yeah.
Talking about money and taxes and public policy for things to be on keel is a very good sign.
Yeah, I am curious to see where the school, when that's gonna wind up. I mean, I read the flyer that they sent out, it wasn't clear on, you know, 3 schools versus 5, how that is gonna affect the taxes. Did you read that, the flyer?
I've read a fair amount about it.
Yeah, but are you clear on that, how that's gonna, if they,
My understanding is that, well, I don't wanna talk about that in this meeting, but I can talk about it with you afterwards.
Yeah, I just was doing.
I
Fill the
do,
void.
I do wanna say out of respect for our colleagues on the school boards that, that they are dealing with, you know, dramatically changing situations in terms of number of pupils and long-term decline in number of pupils. And if we were dealing with long-term declines in number of taxpayers in town, that things might not be on such an even keel for, if we'd have a harder time keeping things on an even keel here.
Yeah. So I'm not hearing any more questions. I mean, shall we move on?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've been doing it, well, not really half an hour or almost. But we could wait if someone else is gonna zoom in, but what's the feeling here? You think more people are gonna zoom in one question? I doubt it, right? Yeah, okay.
Right.
All right, well, thank you for zooming in, Edie.
Well, thank you for answering my questions. I look
Well,
forward to meeting day.
Yeah, I look forward to having you there, because you always ask questions, and questions are good because it does spur conversation, so, thank you.
next time we're gonna stay in the same Zoom meeting to go back to the select board. We stop the recording and restart it, is that what we do?
And thank you also, Ginny, for zooming in.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
We need to adjourn this meeting if we're done.
We need to what?
We need to adjourn this
I move
meeting.
to
No, we
adjourn,
need to adjourn our information.
I move to adjourn the informational hearing.
Thank you.
Right.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The meeting, the informational meeting is adjourned.